Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Fermentng Adventures. My name is Lisa Keegan. Excuse me while I just try and wiggle my camera because I've been a bit worried that the sound doesn't work, but you guys said it does. So please let me know a yay or a nay if you can hear me today. This week is all about fermentation in your Thermomix. Yesterday we did yogurt. I will take a picture of that later today. We've already hoed into it. The kids were making something that required sour cream earlier today, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, quiche Lorraine, and they used the yogurt in that instead. So we will often use yogurt in substitute for other things in the Thermomix as well, in recipes for the Thermomix. Today we're doing sauerkraut. Now this is going to be a manual recipe, so come along as I show you how to make sauerkraut. Now we have sauerkraut every morning. Oh, I'm glitchy. Carissa, this technology today is driving me insane. I don't know why I'm glitchy. So today, let me just check my network. All right, I'm going to keep ploughing ahead. Bear with me. Fingers crossed it comes good. So sauerkraut is something my kids have every morning with their breakfast. They absolutely love the stuff with bacon, eggs, and with their little circles, the sweet potato and zucchini circles. So we go through a lot of this. It's really expensive to buy if you are trying to buy it, okay? So it's not cheap to buy it when you're making, well, when we're eating so much. So let me show you today how it is done, and bear with me if the sound is terrible. I do apologize in advance, and I will figure this out. I thought coming home would be easier, but maybe not. First thing we're going to do is we're going to put cabbage in. Now cabbage is a key ingredient in sauerkraut. So I'm going to scroll sideways and bring up my scales, and I'm going to weigh it in because I'm going to actually, the amount of cabbage I use will equate to how much salt I use. So in with the cabbage. Now we've also at times done things like grating down carrot or beetroot to actually flavour this differently as well. So I'm going to put some of this in. Now instead of cutting it on speed 5 like we normally would, we actually go reverse speed 4. So it more shreds it and pulls it as opposed to actually chopping it really fine. You don't want a fine chop. I mean, traditionally it's hand chopped in strips. Now I've got quite a bowl full there. Hello. Oh, it's the video that's glitchy. Oh, must just be the technology today. I'm so sorry, guys. All right. We will get better though, all right? So we're going to bring up reverse. Now for those of you with a TM6, your reverse is down the bottom here. It's the little one that's under the number. If you have a TM5, it's across your grey scales, and if you've got a TM31, it's on one of your buttons. We need reverse and we need speed 4, and the timing on this will depend on how much is in your bowl. I've got that bowl fairly full, you probably noticed. So we're going up to speed 4. Now take out the measuring cup and have a little squeeze. Give it a go. Now it's so full, I should have brought in a spatula. However, I didn't, and I'm hoping that one of the kids might be able to save me with that. No, they can't. 2 seconds while I get a spatula. Well, today looks like it's going to be oh, there we go, a comedy of errors from all fronts because I can't even find a spatula. I just found one. Sorry about that, guys. Let's put this back in. Speed 4, reverse. Hey, Faye. Hey, Lynn. How are you? Whoa, speed 4. Speed 4. Turn around. So as I said, you're not looking for a chopped texture, you're looking for a pulled texture. I'll show you what this looks like now. And do have your spatula handy, okay, unlike me, who's not a bit organised today. Okay, check that out. See how it's kind of like a pull or a shred? Hey Jenny, hey Grace, lovely to have you on today. That's what we're looking for. Now we're not done just yet. Like that would make an amazing coleslaw. We actually want it to massage now. And this is where sauerkraut can be really manual if you're doing it by hand. So for the amount of weight that we put in there, which, did I even weigh it? I don't even think I did. I need a teaspoon. This is where Greg normally makes it, and he would be appalled at the fact that I didn't weigh it in, so I don't know how much salt I need. Now I'm going to just guess that might have been, I don't know, 600 grams? I actually don't know. So we're going to put 6 teaspoons of salt in. Now I've got the wrong salt and I don't know how this is going to work. You want standard Himalayan or white salt. I've got oxidized, which I do know will affect the fermentation process because it's got certain things added and things to it. But you know what? I don't have the other salt, so I'm going to work with what I've got. Now this will take longer shorter in hot weather to ferment than it will in winter. In winter, you're going to leave this probably a week. This is probably going to take 3 or 4 days till it starts getting salty and sour enough for us to be able to start using it on brekkies. So this is the manual part where not only do I love not chopping, but normally if you didn't have a Thermomix, you have to massage this and you have to get it to release the water out, the liquid out of it. We are not going to hand massage because we own a Thermomix. We're going to have it on reverse, spin it back up to speed 2, let it start going, and you're just going to do the massaging for us for the next couple of minutes. So it tends to take about 5 minutes to start dropping its water out, its liquid out. Then from there, if you've got, say, grated carrot or beetroot, you would put that into it at that point in time. And also the other thing that's really yummy, I'm just going to stop it so I don't have to talk over it. The other thing that's really yummy is cassowary. Cassowary? That sounds like an animal, not cassowary seeds. Now I'm going to say it wrong. I want to say carawong seeds, but I could be wrong at that as well. I'll have to look them up and put them in the chat. Some of you will know what I'm talking about. They're little tiny flavoured seeds. They're always in your sauerkraut when you buy it, these little specks. I don't know if they have a flavour or not. I think they do, but I can't describe it. So they can go in there as well, but there's times when we can't buy them. I've tried and I can't source them, so we go without. So what happens after this massage time, and you'll see when it's changed texture, you'll see it's got liquidy in there, is it goes into a jar. Now we make in bulk here, you guys know that. So this will go into the jar, and then I'll put another batch in on top. And then at the end, you push it down really hard and you put a weight on it. Okay, so some sort of weight, whether that be another jar lid with something heavy on it, a little clay thing, or I've got a little glass like weight, and it sits on it, it pushes everything down. Now, if you don't have any of those things, you get your last cabbage leaf, and you put that in there, and you put a big chunk of carrot on top, and then you put your lid down on top of that, so it pushes it down, because what you're trying to do is submerge all your beautiful cabbage with the souring liquid. Then it sits there, not in your fridge, on a bench top, out of the sunlight, don't put it in the sun, and it's going to take 3 or 4 days in summer, about a week in winter. And you'll see over time it releases little gases. Now you do want to have it covered, so I would suggest covering it with a cheesecloth with a rubber band. These container here, this was actually from Kitchen Warehouse. I think it was fairly cheap, maybe $30. And what it's got, I really like it though, because we tend to forget. Okay, the reason I have a Thermomix in my life is because if I'm cooking and I get distracted without a Thermomix and I walk away, my food burns. And similarly with plants outside, we'll forget to water them for weeks on end and they die. And with sauerkraut, we forget about it. And then weeks on end come and we'll come back later. And in this case, when I've got these awesome tools, it just means it's soured further. And it's actually pretty good for you. Like, it's full of then really healthy bacteria to help your guts. If it's not got these lids and it's got the cheesecloth over the top, it gets a bit manky. It starts growing its own life. But what I was going to tell you about this, and it's Kilner brand, it's just this plug that goes in the top. Can you guys see this back here a little bit? You've got this awesome little test tube looking thing which actually sits in the top. You've then got a float, so you're going to put a little bit of water in here. This goes in here to float, and this goes on top. And what that actually does, I'll just show you with the water, is it actually allows the liquid out. Sorry, the gases out, my mistake. It allows the gases out while not letting anything else in. So it won't even let that liquid in. So I've just got a little bit of water in there. Put this into float, and then this goes on top. Now, no water has fallen into my jar as yet. So as I said, it allows the air out, but it doesn't allow the flies, bugs, germs, dust in, which is what then grows when you leave it out on a bench. Okay, so yeah, I think I got a Kitchen Warehouse because I know some of you guys will ask, and we've got 2 of them, and just absolutely love it. Now this won't fill that very far. That amount of cabbage, that was a sugar loaf, was about half that was left. That'll probably only a third fill it. We will go through another one yet and fill this up with just that flavoring. Okay, it's really easy. There is a sauerkraut recipe on cookie dough. Those of you who love cookie dough, there's one there for you. A little bit different in method. We've been making this one for probably 5 years, maybe longer. But you know, if you've got your own version or you want one to follow, jump on cookie dough. You'll find varieties on there as well. Don't be scared of it, okay? You'll know when to be scared of it, because if you open it and smell it, it will smell bad, okay? Our noses were designed to be able to tell us when food's no good anymore. So you'll know it'll either be growing or it will smell like something's died, okay? Sauerkraut itself does have a sour smell, but it's not a repulsive sour smell. All right. If it's repulsive, you're going to know that it's not okay. So do know that as well, that, you know, it is meant to ferment. The idea of it fermenting is that then it's feeding the good bacteria in your body. So caraway, thank you, Faye. I'm glad. I felt like I was calling it some sort of animal I saw up in North Queensland. I was a bit concerned. I was telling you to put some sort of bird in my food. But anyway, I will include my recipe. The recipe, Cassia, is not on the TM6. This is just one that, you know, those of you who watch along know that often the recipes I make manually are really simple recipes, because otherwise I will stuff them up. I'll get distracted, I'll walk away, and things go wrong then. That's why I need a Thermomix in my life, okay? Because it means that I don't make as many mistakes. But you'll notice the recipes I do manual are just usually 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 steps. Anything bigger than that, it has to be guided by the Thermomix. It has to tell me what to do. But I'm excited for the version 3 of Cookie Dough coming, because that's going to give you guys and me the ability to add our recipes to the platform, type them in, those, you know, recipes like this, and actually cook guided. So it means that when you know, hubby says I want to make something, I can say, go and check it out. It's on the recipes already. Or if my kids want to cook, they can go do it as well. So I'm really excited for that to come. There's a mozzie in my pantry. Anywho, there's 2 of them. I'm going to love you and leave you this afternoon. Let me know if I can help you with anything regarding your Thermomix, if you want to talk about fermenting and sauerkraut and things like that. No expert here, but I can just talk from my experience. What I can help you more with, though, is your Thermomix in general. So if you need help with anything regarding your Thermomix, cookie dough, those sorts of things, I am more than happy to support you to get the most out of it. Do tell your friends and family. $29 bowl. It's going to run out, okay, soon. It's not gone, and we haven't got the low bowl warning yet, but it's certainly not going to last till December. So please do share that message with your friends and family. Pass them my details if they'd like further information, because excitingly, I mentioned it yesterday, Afterpay have come on board as well with Thermomix, which just opens up more options for people as well. So that's super exciting. But I'm going to put this on to let it massage for 5 minutes, drop all that beautiful stuff out of it, and then jar it up. And no need for anything else, no extra water, nothing like that. Just has to be pushed down, that top layer submerged, so that it stays. Anything that sticks out the top, you'll notice will go off. So make sure you keep it down underneath. And let it do its thing for 4 or 5 days and come back. As I said, over proving it's okay. Under, you'll know it's not right yet. It won't taste sour enough. It'll just smell like cabbage. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, take care. And I'll see you tomorrow afternoon for some more thermomixing when it comes to fermenting. Bye for now.